Those are special ceramic bottles. I'm going to let my guy, who's good in whiskey, taste these tomorrow.
One of their newer albums.
Speaking of getting old.
Yeah, I saw Megadeth with Slayer.
99 bottles, yeah, we got them all. Line them all up and we'll drink till we fall. Half the cantina's the best liquor store. I'm a cantina. You'll never need more.
And welcome to a new episode of the Arthur Avenue podcast. Your host, me, and this other guy.
I didn't even do that last episode.
A little sloppy.
Yeah.
Falling off.
It was a long time.
So today, we're going to sample something called Heaven's Door, made by this bum retard, Bob Dylan.
Well, Bob Dylan, I consider one of the greatest American songwriters. When you think about Bob Dylan's music, usually everyone who covers it, their version is usually better than his songs. But I actually like Bob Dylan. I like folk music. Comes from Minneapolis. I have a pretty cool photo when I was in Minneapolis of the Bob Dylan's. It's like a cool mural. I'll send that to Joey. Joey, Bob Dylan mural, please. But Minneapolis right now is on fire because it really is just like one of the worst cities I've ever been to in my life. By the way,
Crazy.
one of the worst cities I've ever been to.
George Floyd 2.0 is like underway right now with the ice.
It's like 3.0 now, but now this guy wants his Tito's. He's sorry, guy.
We're going to have a little rant about him in a few minutes.
Yeah, you guys are I hate people. Anyway, where was I going? Minneapolis, Minnesota. Shithole city.
Minnesota.
Yeah, what a dump. It's like it's a pretty big city. Downtown Minnesota is like pretty big, but all the buildings are like old. I've never been to Detroit. I feel like Detroit kind of looks like old buildings, but they're like all empty. A lot of hipsters, a lot of Somalians, and Bob Dylan's from there. So,
well, I can't wait for Bob Dylan to die because hopefully this stupid whiskey that we're stuck with will go up in value and I can finally get my money out of this stuff that I bought.
Bob Dylan's man old too. It's gotta be.
I'm like waiting for the news report to come out. Oh, Bob Dylan died.
That's crazy. I don't want that. I like Bob Dylan.
Die, Bob Dylan.
Knock. You know that is or
die right now, please.
Well, let's taste this whiskey. Let's see. This is the 10-year-old. So this is like their higher end.
I told you I was gonna crap all over this. It's actually not bad.
10. This is good on the nose. The 10-year.
Yeah. I was gonna rip it a new one. I was like, I'm gonna crap all over.
It really isn't that bad.
It's really not bad.
No, it's not bad. It's got a nice little cherry note to it.
I have to take back what I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So a little bit of a trick is going on here. When you initially open up a bottle for the first time, it can be aggressive. And it's because more than likely the solids in the whiskey have settled to the bottom and the lighter, hotter, sharper whiskey is at the top of the bottle. So when you're pouring that into a glass, you're getting that hot, sharp whiskey and it's aggressive. It's hitting you right in the face. This has been open for a while. So one, you're getting the whiskey that's at the bottom, but two, it's been able to oxidize a little bit. So oxidization, some of the chemical bonds are going to snap and break and the whiskey is going to be a little bit softer, easier to drink. So it's going to make a good whiskey taste even better when you had it open on the shelf for a little bit.
Yeah, it's you wanted to shit on it, but it's good.
It actually tastes
I've never had the what is it, the bootleg series, whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm. Those are special ceramic bottles that have Bob Dylan's paintings on them, which also are terrible, by the way. They look like someone who just started painting put these paintings up on there.
He's a artist. What the did you ever create?
Fantastic. You know what I create? Content, which I'm doing right now.
Yeah. For Bob Dylan
to enjoy.
Create content that's going to last forever.
Bob Dylan, jump off a bridge. My whiskey holdings will go up overnight.
What's your favorite Bob Dylan song?
I don't know. The one about him. Buzz
is like the video. Joey, what's your favorite Bob Dylan song?
It's the song in Watchmen.
I don't know.
If you ever watch a Watchmen movie,
Yeah.
very good movie.
I did, but it was a very long time ago.
That's the song that's in there.
What song?
The word I just sang.
Times are changing, I'm assuming?
Thinks it's time to change.
The times they are
Yes.
changing. That's a very good one. Joey, what's yours? Shit. Joey seems like a guy who doesn't listen to music.
Good.
So I feel like, Andy listens to weird music. I feel like Joey's is a guy, like, some people just don't fuck with music. Joey just listens to the voices in his head while he drives. Just going off about, like, the people he doesn't like. Let's put it that way for now.
You get along with that cab driver, Joe.
My favorite Bob Dylan songs is somebody asked me. Shit, I don't know. So many good ones.
There's like a Vietnam one.
I mean, you sang a lot about, like,
Yeah, but it was in Bad Company 2. It was in Battlefield 2, Bad Company, the Vietnam edition. There was a Bob Dylan song in there. I was like, oh, that's pretty good. And then, like, you're in the Huey and you're flying around shooting all the Viet Cong and Charlie's everywhere. That was a pretty good song. Or whatever that is.
There's one he did with Johnny Cash. Well, he did a couple with Johnny Cash, but there's one where they're like recording and they kind of just like riffing. And he's like, wanted man in Saskatoon, wanted man. It's very made good. And they're kind of like up because they kind of just like free balling. Made good.
Die, Bob.
So 10 years not bad.
So 10 years actually not bad.
And we had one.
Please die.
On the back of this, we have it engraved, but these are test engraves. You can't really tell. But we did one.
Controversial figure at the moment.
We did one of, who is this? You can't even see it. It looks like.
Comments if you can figure out who it is.
We did one with Bob Dylan on the back. We did like a silhouette of Bob Dylan. That one actually sold. So we should start doing that with all of them.
The reason why I really don't like Bob Dylan, when you come out with a whiskey brand, or any brand for that matter, you put your face on it, you got to put a little bit of work in. You got to show up somewhere. You got to take photos somewhere. You don't have to do it all the time. Do it at least once. Do a signing.
It's an old man.
Impromptu.
But he's never been like that.
Artists give a shit.
He's never been
Don't
like
put your name on it then.
He's never been the one to go out there.
Don't put your name on it
I'm
then.
gonna sign
Go sit in a hole and let everyone forget about you. But if you're going to put your
They'll never
name
forget
on
about him.
I'm waiting to forget him. As soon as he dies, I'm going to forget about him right then and there, the same day. I'm going to delete the memory from my head. So I'm going to my long-term memory and go, delete. Get rid of him. You put out a brand,
I'm gonna
put your
listen to
name
Bob
on it.
Dylan on the way home.
You got to help hustle it. I don't give a shit. I don't care if you don't care.
It ain't me, babe. No, it ain't me.
It's got to be you
Me,
in the grave. And can't wait for you to
Johnny
die.
Cash. I'm actually kind of singing it like Johnny Cash did. Johnny Cash obviously made that song better.
Damn it, drink.
Yeah, I'll take another one. Shit. Shout out Bob Dylan.
Die.
Yeah, Bob Dylan is great, dude. This guy's pouring heavy shots. He's pouring heavy shots. Let me take you over there. Joey is too cool.
So another gripe about Heaven's Door. A good guy who worked for Heaven's Door at the time. I won't say his full name, but his name was Jason. Great guy, really nice dude. Yeah, good dude. He brought us about 30 samples of their private barrels, which to date has been the most samples of a private barrel I've ever tasted. Out of the 30 samples, I was like, this is god awful.
They all sucked.
I'm like, who the hell is picking these barrels? These are all terrible.
I guess Bob Dylan.
Oh my God, it was so bad. Out of the 30, I picked 2. I said, okay, well, these are the 2 best out of the 30.
Well,
And my trick,
to put it into perspective for the folks at home, it's usually like 3-4 samples, maybe 5, but usually 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And we're like, this one or this one.
yeah, you have to pick amongst the ones that you think are the best.
30 samples. One is,
Dude, 30 samples. I went through all of them
you can't.
twice. And I'm like, these are all terrible. But I'm like, these 2 are the best.
That's also how you know they're not moving private barrels.
No,
30 barrels to pick from.
You never have that much to sample one customer at a time. But they did anyway, right? I left 2 on the side and I said, I'm going to let my guy who's good in whiskey taste these tomorrow and see what he says. If he agrees, then one of the 2 I'll get. He's like, okay, great. My truffle dog Fez comes in the next day.
Picture of Fez.
And I go, Fez. Picture of Fez. He comes in. I go, Fez, taste these 2. He tastes both of them. He looks at me and goes, these are both disgusting. These are both terrible. These are both the worst whiskey you've ever had. And I'm like, Fez, that's why I keep you around. and also why we didn't do a private barrel with them, because
Getting a nice nutmeg out of this one. I'm enjoying it.
this is good, but these were not the private barrels.
Yeah.
They were disgusting.
Yeah.
They were like Metallica, like fresh cut grass. It was just like terrible. It was so bad. So whoever was running that program, whoever was buying the whiskey, didn't know what they were doing, or didn't have the aptitude, or didn't give a rat's what. Definitely Bob Dylan not involved, which also pisses me off.
Yeah.
We get
Look
one more
at the
thing.
shitty pictures I made. Put that on my bow.
Who cared? The first 4 sold. After that, no one gave a
Yeah,
crap.
sitting on
We're still sitting on
the
2
last
different editions.
volumes. Yeah.
Another celebrity backed brand who I have gripes about with, who I shouldn't say thank God, but they're out of business now too, is Metallica's Blocking.
Give me fuel. Give me fire. Give me that one.
When it first came out, people were hot about it. They're like, what? Metallica making a whiskey, ba 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 ba. And then I heard from someone that they don't drink anymore.
Yeah, I told you. I was like, it doesn't make sense. They got sober.
And I go, what? They don't drink anymore? He's like, no, they're all sober. So what the you come up with a whiskey for? Some asshole sold them on the idea, I'm sure, but didn't make any sense that they came out with a whiskey and they don't drink anymore.
Yeah. And I'm sure, like James Hetfield, when he was a big boozer that he was probably just drinking dog shit. Probably drinking like Jack Daniels or some shit.
If one of them was on the stage having a sip of this while they were doing their songs,
No, they
Sales would
fucking go 55, 60 years old. They don't
sales would
drink.
go to the sky. I would consistently be reordering.
That's why their music sucks now. They don't drink.
Well, whenever you make fame, you get real successful. It's hard to put out a banger again. When you're striving for the top, you put
They
out
were
the best
hot.
music.
So when they were young, which is crazy. When you think about Metallica, they were like, well, music in general is a young man's game. When we growing up, we're like, oh, cool, Metallica. They were like 20 years old. You know what I mean? And now they're like 60 years old or whatever.
Yeah.
So they were rock stars, fucking drugs, drinking, ladies. Then you go over that edge where like, I'm so up, my band's falling apart. And then they're like, let's get sober. Let's cut our hair. Let's do this. And now we went from that awesome thrash metal that Metallica was known for, guitar solos and shit. And then they cut their hair and did like
Saint Anger.
Yeah, Saint Anger. Not like one solo. You're not gonna let me hear James Hetfield solo, the guy. Yeah,
Dog shit.
exactly. Dog shit.
Dog shit.
Dog shit. But
I know-
I think boy, wasn't that one of their newer albums?
Speaking of getting old.
Yeah, I know. I pulled a muscle in my back sleeping. Yeah, I think that's like a name of one of their. I don't know. Whatever.
They sucked since I went to space camp. And I remember because one of the girls in space
when
camp,
Load and Reload came out, sucked. There was only like two good songs on
I
Load.
think it was Saint Anger came out when I was in
Oh,
space.
Saint Anger came out in.
It was 2003.
I went to space camp in high school.
Because one of the girls there
What a
looked like a
nerd.
horse. She
What?
was a real nice girl, but she looked like a horse.
What a nerd!
She was crazy about Metallica. Crazy about
Oh,
Metallica.
you're like 10, dude.
I was in 8th grade. And so no.
Saint Anger came out in high school. We had to be like 2005 or 6 or some shit when Saint Anger came out.
2001.
Hey,
Joey, fact check it.
no, I guarantee. I'm gonna fact check it right now. I think like Load came out in like 99 or some shit.
Go ahead, Phone Pro.
Let's look it up. Keep talking about your silly.
So she's girls going crazy about it. I'm like, oh my God, Metallica was kind of good, like, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. I'm like, I'm a kid, but I know their new stuff.
June
suck.
5th, 2003.
Suck my dick.
Yeah. Oh, we were in high school.
Yeah.
We graduated in 2004. Yeah, they sucked.
Yeah.
They sucked. Load came out. Like I said, Load came out in 90 something.
2000.
96 Load came out. So they suck since Load. Load had like
Yeah.
two or three good songs on it.
So this girl's talking about it. I'm like, they suck already. Like they haven't made a good album. She was going nuts about it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, if you like Saint Anger, like Load, I'll give you. I think there's like, like I said, 1 or 2 good songs on Load and Reload. If you're gonna say Saint Anger, get.
Yeah, it should suck.
That's when they had that. They got rid of their bass player and they had the other bass player, Monkey.
Well, one of the guys died, no?
Yeah, well, this was like
It was like in the
when there
80s.
was kids. This
Yeah.
is when like the tour bus crashed, I believe, right? And he died.
Yeah.
And they also had Dave Mustaine was in the band, and they kicked him out, and then he made Megadeth, who I saw live.
Would have been cool.
Megadeth
Drink.
rocks, dude. Yeah, I saw Megadeth with Slayer. They opened for Slayer. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Cool.
Slayer rules, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, so Blackin', Metallica, Bob Dylan, is dumb whiskey. This J-Lo, her dumb.
Oh yeah, J-Lo.
You know who's a real G? You know who's a real G?
I know.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Shout out.
SJP Sauvignon Blanc, banger Sauvignon Blanc. She goes to the events. She does tastings. I met her. She was
Shout
very
out
nice.
William H. Macy. We don't carry his
William
shit,
H. Macy.
but he was there. And we met him.
He's the man. Fargo. Shout out to that guy.
I told William H. Mason when we met him at Whiskey Fest, I said, I loved you in The Last Dragon. And he didn't know what to say. He was in the movie for 2 minutes. And he was like, that's a new one. I know. Shout out, William.
Who I'm waiting to see is the guy who did the bank scene in Batman. I forgot his name. But we see him on the street and he was with the lady. And me and John Eric stuck our heads out the window. We're like, yo, you were the man in Batman. And he was like, yeah, he threw his arms up. And the girl next to him was like, oh.
Which guy?
He definitely got laid that night. It's the guy in the bank scene in Batman. He goes, do you know who's bank you're robbing? And it's the Joker. And he's like, doesn't care.
He's like an older guy.
Yeah, he's the man.
Oh,
He's like such a good actor.
Isn't he? I know.
Yeah, I gotta look that up. Which one is that? Batman.
If he came out of
No, you're gonna be looking this shit up, man.
I'd sell that shit right now. I'd sell the hell out of it.
Is he in the dark?
Yeah, he's in the dark.
Daydreaming about.
Yeah.
Oh, this lady wants two for that Broncos.
Well,
Take a
wait, lady, because this
Give me $100 bill yesterday for a $7. Oh, don't get me started on that.
me.
What's that guy's name? I know which guy.
He's the man.
Yes, I know which guy you're talking.
You know whose bank you're robbing?
Not Eric Rob. Oh, you're talking about William Fickner, the bank manager. It's not William Fickner.
He's the man.
Yeah, he's the man. I knew exactly what you're talking
He
about.
played that scene so well.
He's in a lot of shit. Yeah, he's like, he's in a lot. Shut up, William Fickner. You saw him?
We saw him on the street, me and John Eric. And we both stuck our heads out the window. We're like, yo, you was the man in Batman. He's like, yeah.
Yo, we gotta reach out to him. We gotta give him another podcast.
Good luck.
Like, we just not getting like CB list like par actors on the podcast.
Come out with a look to
Try to get like Adam Sandler. Let's get
Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
That man in every movie.
yeah, I know he's got like hot
Great
wives.
people.
Why is that, Joey? Why does Adam Sandler think? Why does Adam Sandler have such hot wives in all his movies?
Anyway, thanks so much for tuning into the podcast. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Erect on Bob Dylan.
Don't buy into celebrity brands unless it's SJP, Sarah Jessica Parker. Shout out to
Shout out Sarah Jess.
everyone else could kick rocks.
But buy the 10-year. The 10-year Evansville's not bad.
Yeah, whatever. But Bob Dylan. You know what? Buy it, and then when he dies, sell it for double.
He has good music. Play us out, Bob Dylan. We can't because we'll get taken off YouTube.
Arthur Cantina, we're really glad you came. We won't forget your face next time, but might forget your name.